Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, the storytelling channel, True Tales. Today we're gonna talk about the Nigerian she met online. The Nigerian that she met online. There is this funny thing about the Kenyan ladies and Nigerian guys. It looks like Kenyan ladies are so crazy about the Nigerian guys and vice versa. The Nigerian guys are so crazy about the Kenyan ladies. I have never understood why. Go to Roysambu in Nairobi. It's called the Small Lagos. It has a lot of Nigerian immigrants. A lot of them, they're doing businesses here and there. Some legal, some illegal. And ladies are really after them. You see, like when some Kenyan lady gets a Nigerian guy, she feels like she's reached heaven. She shouldn't look anywhere else. I've never known why, but they say that maybe because they're romantic or their accents, I don't know. Or maybe they make a lot of money, but sometimes their means of making money are a bit questionable. Questionable. I'm not saying this is a disclaimer. Not all Nigerians really are like make money in the wrong way, but most of those who are illegal in the country, of course, they have to find some means of making money in the wrong way. Same to other countries. Now, the story is about a lady who came from Kenya, was staying in Roysambu in Nairobi. Of course, there's a lot of exposure to the foreigners already in Roysambu. She's Wanjiku, let's call her Wanjiku. She's Kikuyu. Kikuyu, they love money. No, okay, all the people love money, but Kikuyu is excess, man. And she was going to Dubai. She had found a job as a waitress in Dubai. Okay, a waitress in Kenya is not paid as good as a waitress in Dubai, so she went for it. And with this weather of Dubai, it's very hot, and so most of the people, most of the ladies there are so bored, they're chatting online. And one thing is that Nigerians really love to chat online. They love to introduce themselves online and, they love to chat. It's like their hobby, chatting. So this lady was so bored and she thought, why not get herself some Nigerian online boyfriend? Because back in Kenya, she was used to, Nigerian, guys, and I think she was addicted to them. Those ones in Kenya, like they do some businesses, so they make some money, very good money. These ones in Dubai kind of come there to look for jobs. So they're not like businessmen, although some do business there. So she got online, girl, went through Tinder, whatever. Got herself a guy, a Nigerian guy from Tinder. They love to chat a lot. This guy kind of was, in her eyes, was kind of handsome, so she thinks. The chat continued for quite a while, and then he asked to meet her, and she took the precaution of, online dates, like we meet in the open, things like that. The guy was so fast. He was already like telling her how she's so beautiful, how he's in love with her. And with their accent, I don't know why Kenyan ladies are so crazy about this Nigerian accent. I fall for you, I fall for you, I have fallen for you, or something of the sort. He had fallen for her already. The Kikuyu, she was this kind of huge ladies, and I think Nigerian guys love the huge ladies. Their standard of beauty is huge woman with a lot of energy. So she fell into his into his category, and she loved him. They talked a lot. He was so, well dressed with, their expensive golden chains, bracelet, golden, expensive watch, Rolex, They like bling blings, these Nigerians. So he was wearing all that for her, and all she was seeing was money, 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 dollars, dollars, whatever. calculating how much she's gonna eat from this guy. And it didn't take long before she got into his box. He was very sweet with his words, promising her hell from, heaven on earth. And the moment he set her eyes on her, he had already told her, I have seen my wife. I have seen my wife. The moment she heard wife, she could not just believe it. She'd never dated a guy who had just asked her to be a wife. Most of the guys have dumped her after using her and, with the sweet words, but this guy mentioned wife. And looking at his profile picture on his WhatsApp, he had these words written on, no weapon formed against me shall prosper, or something of the sort. And so she believed this is a man of God, a Christian. And the first thing he had asked her is if she goes to church, she goes for praise and worship. He would love to take her to praise and worship. Even though she was another religion, she agreed. A religion that doesn't have praise. She was Catholic. So in the Catholic, they don't have praise and worship. But she said, no, I'm not going to lose this guy. I'm going to go with him for praise and worship. At the praise and worship, there are so many of them. Nigerians, Ethiopians, things like that. Bible study, he was taking her. And one funny thing is, whenever anyone will ask him about her, whenever he was introducing her, he will speak in their language, Igbo. His name was Chukudi or something like that. Chukudi. So he says her name is Wanjiku. His name is Chukudi. It's some Igbo tribe. They are very good in making money, but not all of them, though. So this Chukudi, whenever anyone will say, and who was the lady, he will immediately switch to Igbo. So she never understood what she was being introduced as. But she knew that it's something good anyway, because she had already been told how nice she was, how he wanted to marry her. And one funny thing is the guy never wanted her to meet the family. Like when he told her he wants to marry her, she said, so when are we going to meet the family? He was like, he's going to plan for this, but when he could not say, but he said it's in the arrangement. Every time she will ask, it's in the arrangement, And then one time he had an emergency. He came to her and said his mother is sick. And since they haven't been paid, the payment is late. So he might need to borrow some money from her. And it was 3,000 Qatar, whatever. In Dubai, they use riyals or something. Their money was 3,000. United Arab Emirates money, whatever it is. So it was 3,000. And he said he will add on some commission after when he returns the money. So plus 500 on top. She gladly agreed. She gladly agreed because she knew that, this is a guy who's serious with me. And since he's going to return the money, fine. I don't think he's going to run away. He has convinced her very much into she couldn't look anywhere else. But people kept on warning her, beware of these guys, these foreigners. You don't know where they come from. One funny thing is she actually didn't know where he works. And he kept on telling her he works as a safety officer in some company, which he never mentioned. Safety officer. And she believed him. One funny thing also is that she had never stepped in his house. Because he kept on saying, he lives with his friends, so his friends will not like him to see, them. The friends will not like him to bring somebody at home to see them because there are many. They might be jealous or something like that. So she swallowed that and just used to meet outside, walk in the sun, in the malls, things like that. Go for dinners, and funny enough, they will divide the bills. So she gave him the money, 3,000. what do you call that money of theirs in United Arab Emirates is what he gave. It's a lot of money. And funny enough, he paid her back with a commission. With a commission, he paid her back. So she was like, whoa, this guy is really serious. Asked for money, and he paid it back with a commission, 500 on top. Wow. Then the lady was more interested in the family now, and he said she really wants to talk to the mother, at least online or something like that. So the guy said, no worries, no worries. Next week, we will fix a video call and you will talk with my father and mother. And funny enough, the next week, yes, the mother was there and the father was there on the phone, online, on Zoom. But one thing she noted is that the mother looked quite young. And so did the father. And she questioned, how come your mom looks so young? His answer was that his mother got married, even the guy looked young. His mother is actually a second wife, and she got married when she was very young, and she left his father, who was an older man, and so this guy was now taking over. It's not actually his real father, but foster, like, he's the wife, he's the husband of his mother now. That's why he looks young. And she believed him. She believed him. And what the mother was telling her now was that Chukudi is building a house back in Lagos, and he's really working very hard, and the only problem is she keeps on falling sick, and so Chukudi has a very hard time trying to complete the very big mansion he's trying to make. And she was like, how come Chukudi has never told me that he's making a very big mansion in Nigeria? The mother was like, how come Chukudi? She's called it Chukudi right on the phone. And then Chukudi was like, no, because I want to surprise her. Now I want to surprise her, you know. I want her to find a surprise when I bring her home to meet you. It was supposed to be a surprise. Now, Mama, you've spoiled my surprise. Well, you will know why they were talking like this. You will know why. So, Chukudi was a very good cook. He will make for her, what do you call this? Egusi soup, a soup that is a mixture of, I don't know, the foot of a cow, the chicken, the veggies, name it, all sorts of stuff put in there with some stuff, veggies, to make some egusi soup. And he will make with jollof rice also. I think it's the pilau of Nigeria or whatever. So that also made her fall for him completely, like, oh my God, anytime he will go to his friend's house his friend who had a house alone and was not sharing with these other people, he will make for her the jollof rice, the egusi soup, just to impress her. Then came the second time, another round of borrowing money. This Chukudi kind of, he said he was earning a very good salary, but the thing is, he kept on borrowing money from her. He was promising to open for her an import business, importing and exporting business of clothes. He wanted to import the Nigerian outfits to Kenya for her so that they can open a branch, because he said he had a branch in Nigeria, in Enugu or whatever. He had a branch in Lagos, but the thing is, these branches, how comes you're borrowing money? That's what the friends were telling her, not her. How comes he's borrowing money? And she's like, no, he just wants us to work together, you know. And so came the final blow for Wanjiku. Enugu, or Chukudi, told her He now really needs to complete his house, and they have delayed the salary for 2 months now. And the moment he completes the house is the moment he will marry her. What a bait. With her desperation, she had to go up and down to look for that money. She had to borrow all her friends the money. She didn't tell them that she's gonna give him. He asked for 11,000 Dubai money, whatever they call it, AED, whatever, United Arab Emirates money, 11,000. And of course, he had promised he will pay with a deposit. He will pay with a deposit. And because he had done that before, she managed to gather 11,000. Her own savings, her own hard-earned savings, because she used to save intensively. Plus her friends who had contributed in to make that 11,000, she had promised to pay them back because it was going to come with a commission. So she had promised to pay them back with a commission as well. And since he had already paid with a commission the other money he had borrowed, she believed him. And they believed her because they had shown her. She had shown them before when he paid her with a commission. To cut the story short, this guy, Chukudi, the moment he got a hold of her 11,000 United Arab Emirates money was the last time she heard from him. Suddenly he went silent. She calls, the mobile subscriber cannot be reached. She calls again, the mobile subscriber cannot be reached. And in her head that she was thinking maybe something is wrong. And one thing is she didn't know where he was working. She just knew that he was a safety officer somewhere. She had put too much trust in him. But there's one guy that he used to go to the house because he had a house alone. And that's why they used to party. And he used to make the egusi and the soup there. And the jollof rice. So she decided to go see that guy because she knew his hours finishing work was at 5. 5 o'clock found her waiting for the guy at home. And she was like, he was like, what? How can I help you? She was like, she hasn't heard from Chukudi for like now 2 days. 2 days for her was like a year. Because the guy used to call every hour, so for her 2 days something is wrong with him. And the guy was like, what? Say what? He did not tell you that he's leaving the country? I thought he already informed you because 1 month ago, he had already resigned from his job. And she was like, when she was like, what are you talking about? Chukudi left the country. His contract finished. He went back to Lagos. Maybe you can contact him in Lagos. She did not have his number in Lagos. That was the last she heard about Chukudi with her money, with her 11,000 United Arab Emirates money. And that's how her dreams came crashing down of the Nigerian spouse. And that's how she came to fear them. Fear this tribe. She came to fear them completely. Anytime she hears of a Nigerian man, her body shivers. She never heard of that guy again. Guys, when you know somebody, please make sure, dig his history before you start falling for him. Find out whether he's working and make sure you go see where he's working. Please know at least some of his real friends. The woman they were calling back in in Nigeria, happened to be actually Chukudi's wife. And they were playing the game together. Chukudi's wife knew that this woman is providing money for her husband, so why not play the game? The other one was her brother. So besides his gratuity, Chukudi had some 11,000 money on top of his gratuity. And that was the last he saw of him. So if you like my stories, like, share, and subscribe, and be careful. Ciao. Disclaimer: this does not apply to all the Nigerian men.